Hello and welcome to your latest update from the Met Office. We'll have more on Storm Brian in just a moment, but first of all, let's get through the rest of Thursday because there's plenty going on. Bands of rain around, but some sunshine in between. The winds are picking up, but they're not going to be as strong as they will be on Saturday. That is when Storm Brian is set to arrive. At the moment, out in the Atlantic. Now, the storm has been named by Met Éireann, the Irish Met Service, because that's where the worst of the conditions are expected to be. But we do still have warnings in force for Saturday as Storm Brian approaches. More on those warnings and the strength of the wind in just a moment, because we do already have an area of low pressure, not as intense, but still bringing some wet and windy weather through the rest of Thursday into the southwest. Gusty winds and some quite heavy downpours here, and as the rain sets in across Northern Ireland, so that could cause some problems also through this evening and overnight. There's another band of rain further east, but elsewhere in between there are at least some slithers of sunshine. And with the winds coming up from the south, it's not particularly chilly out there, although it doesn't feel very pleasant under the outbreaks of rain, which, as I say, will persist for a good part of the night across Northern Ireland, possibly causing some problems. Bands of rain swinging across England and Wales, swirling around that first area of low pressure. Overnight, well, with all the clouds and the fairly brisk winds, it's not going to be particularly cold. Into Friday, and it's an improving day actually. For many, it starts quite grey. There will be some showers around and there'll be some brisk winds too. But overall, the winds ease, the showers fade and the cloud breaks up. And for most, it's a dry afternoon and many of us will see some sunny spells. However, you'll notice behind me there's another band of rain, and this is the first sign of Storm Brian starting to arrive. But as I say, ahead of that, for many, Friday afternoon looking generally dry and bright, and temperatures getting into the teens, 14 to 15 degrees Celsius. But through Friday evening, we'll start to see things changing again. Wet and very windy weather pushing in to the west. Pretty bleak rush hour for parts of Northern Ireland, West Wales and southwest England. That heavy rain swings its way across most parts of the UK during the course of Friday night. And if I just move out of the way, you can really see the swirl now. This is that intense area of low pressure, Storm Brian, arriving. As I said, named by the Irish Met Service. That's where some of the worst conditions are likely to be. But across parts of the UK, we do have warnings in force because during Saturday, initially out west, we could well have gusts of 50, 60 or maybe 70 miles an hour around the coasts. And then moving along the south coast, again, gusts of 60, maybe 70 miles an hour. Inland across southern England, Wales, maybe parts of northwest England, gusts of 40 or 50 miles an hour. Those kind of gusts of wind likely to cause some travel problems. And crucially, these strong winds may well be tying in with high tides. So there could well also be some coastal problems, some coastal flooding. So the potential for some stormy weather through the course of the weekend, especially so on Saturday. Very windy indeed. There'll be some heavy downpours associated with that low pressure system as well. Sunday looks a little calmer, a little drier and a little less windy. Please stay up to date with the weather warnings. Things can change. You can do that by logging on to the Met Office website. You can find out more there as well about how and why we name storms, and follow us on Twitter. We are at Met Office.